very brave draw considering what you had to go through tonight, what you've been through all week, and said a lot about your team. And how do you assess what you just saw?
Oh, it's kind of hard to make a good assessment right now. It's been a whirlwind, week and a half for myself. Coming in, I came in with a clear role of supporting Ben and being his assistant, and I've only known him a week and a half, and he's a great person. So first of all, to be honest, my thoughts and feelings are with Ben and his health and his happiness, and hopefully he can recover and get himself back to his best, because it's important. I think given those circumstances, I think the staff, the players, all of our admin staff, the club as a whole really kind of gelled themselves together and picked themselves off the floor, and we only had 2 sessions really for me to try and pick a team and work on some things, some basic things. And I think the credit for me goes just to the players, because they were outstanding tonight. They showed a lot of bravery, like you say, and they worked really hard and they deserved something out of the game. So I'm glad that they got their small reward at the end. I think in all fairness we probably should have won the game, and I think there's still a little bit of disappointment, which is good.
The way you're talking, does it feel like the players, that point is for Ben as much as anyone else?
I think so. I think it's for the club. I think they've just, football's a funny game, It throws so many curveballs, and Brisbane Roar's had a few curveballs, over the last season or two, and probably a little bit longer than that, to be honest. And I think all the players, all the staff, all the fans, everyone's been through a lot. So, it's nice when a club sticks together in tough times, and I was really proud. I've only been here a week and a half, but I was really proud to wear the badge and be a part of that group that was sticking together through tough times.
Ruben, do you feel as though a result like that and the result to come back, that this could be a turning point for the squad?
It's hard to say. It's very early days. I don't like to say too much until I watch the game back. But certainly, that type of effort and that type of togetherness. I gave them some clear, principles that I wanted to implement even in a short space of time, and some non-negotiables. And I saw those in action, and I saw the belief in their eyes. And I saw how hard they worked. So I think it's a good starting point, but I still feel like there's a long way to go.
A couple of injuries that came up fairly early. Henry Hoare, any word on how he is?
Yeah, so it was just like it seems to be one thing after the next every day up here at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on, but we lost Tommy Aldred in the warm-up, our captain, and I'm talking 2 or 3 minutes before we go out. He's still unsure with his leg there, and we turned to young Jimmy Nikolovsky. It's his second A-League start. He's playing against some of the best players in the A-League in Barbarouses and Zavada and people like that, experienced players like David Ball. We've lost Jack Hingett, halfway through the first half with a head knock. We've lost Henry Hoare halfway through the first half with his knee, a little bit of a niggle. And I think if you put all that into context, the calibre of the players we lost, and then you look at the age of the players that we're bringing into the squad, Tommy Waddingham, Majox, Nikolovsky, it's a pretty amazing performance from those young guys to step into that fray and do so well.
And also at the other end of the experienced scale, Marco Rojas had his first minutes for the club. How did you assess his performance off the bench?
Yeah, he's class. He's I've known him a long time. I've played against him, and he's certainly embarrassed me a few times on the pitch. So I know how hard he is to play against. I think he's a fantastic addition for the club. Great around the group. He'll be perfect for the younger ones. He's a really good mentor and a really good person. But above that, he's a professional and he's a talented player. I think he hasn't played in a long time, and to be honest, his level's very high. So I know that he'll know he can improve and got more in him. But given that we've thrown him out there again in some pretty tricky circumstances, he doesn't really know his teammates inside out yet, and they don't know his movements. So if you put all that in context, I think again, it was a good performance and a positive start from him.
Just like Rojas, it was his first game, obviously. Also, Keaton Yelic's first start for the club's return. Do you expect those two players really combine nicely as they get to know each other? It seemed like in the 20 minutes they were out there together, it seemed like it was working quite well.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a plan from the club. Is to target a certain style of player like your Jeliciches and your Rojases, so he can play the right brand of football. which, let's be honest, Brisbane Roar has been famous for in past eras. So I think it's trying to have a clear identity on the type of players that we're after as a club. And I think Keegan and Rojas definitely fit that bill. I thought Keegan, again, he hasn't played a lot of football. He went overseas. As we all know, it's very difficult now. It's a different beast over there. But I had him for 19 or 20 starts last year at Perth, and he was outstanding. He's an unbelievable talent. He's barely trained. He's suspended for 2 games. He hasn't been with the team when we travelled. So for him to put in a performance like that and to still be providing moments of quality late in the game just shows, one, his physical capabilities, but also his technical capabilities and how composed he is under pressure. So, yeah, he's a fantastic addition to the club.
Just on a personal note, I mean, a month ago you could not have imagined, I imagined, that you'd be sitting here tonight as the head coach acting of the Brisbane Roar. Does it just make you understand which you probably already knew, the roller coaster that football can be?
Yeah, look, it's a roller coaster for sure. I've been in football like my whole life. It's all I've known. I think if it was in any other profession, you'd say you got a PhD in it when you've been in it from 6 years old, and it's all you've known. You've kind of seen, the highs and the lows and everything in between. And I've certainly witnessed that as a player, and I've felt it as a coach. But I've got a very firm belief in who I am and what I want to do in the game. And I was waiting for the right opportunity to work with good people. And after speaking, with the management here at this club, and then speaking with Ben, who was he's a great person, and that's what attracted me at the club, to work with great people. It's a great club, and it was a great opportunity. So funny how football works. Here I am.